we'll move on to the Championship outright. And fascinating market here, Mark, and competitive as always, at least at the start of the season. We'll check the price that we currently have on matchbook.com. So this is the Championship market, which kicks off next weekend. So not this weekend coming, August the 8th at 8 p.m. is when the market shuts down there. You can see on outright, Ipswich 4.3, Southampton 6.6, Birmingham around 8.2, Sheffield United 9.2, 12.5, and bigger prices the rest. Mark, maybe just briefly touch on the other two Premier League relegated clubs before making your selection. It's noticeable how short that Ipswich and Southampton are, yet Leicester City are down there at around 17, 18.0.
Yeah, Leicester are that price because of the possible incoming points penalty they will incur from the EFL. The talk seems to be potentially 9 points, and that's not hugely damaging, but it's enough to sort of put you off backing them in an outright market where I think you've got two strong sides at the top end. We've seen in the past relegated clubs do tend to fare well. 5 of the last 6 favourites have won the Championship title. 6 of the last 12 automatically promoted teams were in the first year of parachute payments. 4 more were in the second year of theirs. So that's just 2 of the last 12 automatically promoted teams, not in the first or second year of parachute payments. So it shows relegated sides do need to be considered. And Southampton, of course, are one of the main front runners. If you look at the squad, it's a little bit all over the place, but there are sort of really strong Championship performers, contenders there to suggest that they should be okay. It just feels like a bit more of a risky play to back Saints. Will Steele was appointed at the end of the campaign, I think on the last day of the season, wasn't it? And comes with a very good reputation from French football. Obviously has the dual language there. And I think he will be a positive for Saints. And I do think they'll be there or thereabouts at least. But Leicester, that points penalty, Martí Cifuentes going in there too. Still got a number of sort of high caliber players, but it's not the same squad that was relegated 2 seasons ago and sort of blitzed the Championship. Jamie Vardy, of course, going, and seems to be a lack of leadership there. And I think Cifuentes has got a reasonably big job actually to turn things around and make them top 2 candidates. Top 6 looks more likely with that points penalty.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look at your selection, which is the favourites. Ipswich 4.3 or in and around that. Importantly, they've held on to Kieran McKenna. That's a big coup considering he was probably gone this time last year or very close to it, and now he's going to try and lead them back into the Premier League.
Yeah, it's interesting how sort of opinions change, isn't it? Because he was touted by Chelsea and others 12 months ago. Stayed at Ipswich, committed to Ipswich, and they were relegated, which wasn't a massive surprise, was it? After back-to-back promotions with the squad they had, but for some reason or other, his stock seems to have fallen. When I think this season will sort of show us if he is the real deal, because he will be able to turn around a sinking ship. Because for me, it's a boring selection, but I do think they're worthy favourites over the rest. Short enough price, not something to get massively excited about. It certainly isn't my best bet of the anti-post coupon by any stretch, but I just think there's less doubt about them compared to Southampton or any of the chasing pack. They are the fair favourites in my eyes. Less noise, less question marks. Yeah, back-to-back promotions, but what they did last summer was almost go out and sign players with an eye on this season. They privately would have presumed they'll probably be relegated. They were building on strong foundations, stable foundations. Sam Morsey, Liam Dunlap, both gone, but only probably the 2 main sort of significant departures. Outside of that, they've got a squad of about 20 really top-end Championship players, cover almost for every position, plus cash to spend with that parachute payments and cash in the bank. So there's continuity there with McKenna as well. There's quite a lot I like about a team when I'm looking for them to go well. Super strong squad, continuity, motivation, and a squad there with players who have played this level for more often, obviously majority of their careers, but believe that they're good enough to potentially to make the step up again. So look, Sammy Schmodix, Jack Clark, 2 players who could easily be top goal scorer in this division if they get it going. I think they've got enough in all areas to be the team to beat.
Okay, it's important to know you're not putting up favourites at least shorter prices in the other 2 leagues, so maybe that's a tip in itself and how confident you are in Ipswich. Kieran McKenna must look at Chelsea and Bayern Munich, think I should be managing one of the 2 of those clubs, all things being equal. Between Maresca getting the Chelsea job and Company getting the Bayern job, with the same template as Ipswich, Kieran McKenna, he must be so motivated to get this done in record points totals and that sort of thing. And maybe it might look like a big price come the end of the season.
Yeah, the way you framed it there is it's absolutely right. If my memory serves me right, McKenna almost rejected Chelsea's advances last summer, isn't he, to sort of commit his future to Ipswich, which was incredible. Showed incredible confidence on his part, but maybe he looked at Chelsea as a bit of a basket case after what they had done with previous coaches in previous years and felt his progression was better suited in Suffolk. But yeah, you mentioned Vincent Kompany and Bayern Munich. It's just funny how his stock has kind of fallen because Ipswich were relegated, which is kind of what everyone expected to happen last season anyway. So why should his stock fall? Sure, their data wasn't particularly impressive, but I thought they gave it a much better shot at survival than the other two teams. They were more competitive with the eye test, at least in most of their matches, and played some decent football too. So we'll see where we go. I don't think they'll be hitting the sort of century points mark or anything like that, but I do think they are the sort of team to beat.